Hey up lads and lassies, Fletch here from Ultimate Halo and welcome back to the channel as always. I forgot my intro. What's this week's intro? Alright, put zero thought into this week's intro. I'm sorry there's nothing creative, but there you go.
Ultimate Halo.
Okay, so another week of AQ and A, and not a lot has been really happening as per usual. The dry spell continues, it's getting frustrating, that's why these Q&As exist, to discuss your topics. So in the comment section down below, I want you to put hashtag AskFletch, leave a question, hopefully it will be answered next week, and I apologise if your question doesn't get answered. I get a lot of really good questions, so it's really difficult to choose them all. But please keep asking. If you don't get it answered, I'm sure I will get around to it at some point. And also, this number here, 90,000, we are nearly at. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know it. Do it. Okay, so we're going to start off heavy. Like, really heavy. Like heavy. So ROBBIE JELSOMENO, I'm sorry Robbie if I've butchered your name, hashtag AskFletch, this is more of a request rather than a question, but sum up your current feelings on Halo Infinite based on everything we know about the game so far in 3 words. I can't find my Halo 5 Magnums, so this Halo 3 shotgun will have to do. I'm optimistic, more so than most people. I think a lot of people have the feeling that's false and that, you know, I got accused of being on 343's payroll, which is quite humorous, but that's not the case, obviously. I'm optimistic, impatient, that's how I feel about it, massively impatient. Been making content about this video for 2-3 years and here we are. I'm frustrated. I'd say frustrated. So whilst I'm like excited for the game, I'm frustrated we haven't seen much, and I think 343 know that, and I think they definitely feel the pain. I can sense that pain. I know they want to get stuff shown off and out the door, but it's just not that simple. People think, oh, just show us new content, and the whole, like, you know, just that movement about ending the content drought. It's not that simple. It is a case of things go out to market, and massive marketing campaigns are started that cost millions of dollars, like obscene money, to get this thing marketed. And obviously it's not ideal with everything that's going out at the minute, and 343 seem to share that same feeling, but unfortunately it is what it is. It's not going to budge. We're just going to have to wait until it's ready, and I'd rather them show it's ready rather than half-baked. I think we know what people feel about that with some of the technical elements that weren't necessarily up to scratch in the gameplay demo. So just hang in there, guys. I feel you. The guys at 343 feel you. You're not alone. Anyway, okay. I keep picking the people with the hardest names. So, CRISTÓBAL, DUCHÉN. I'm so sorry. What are both the best and the worst things about the Halo community, in my opinion? Well, that's a tough question. You guys asked the hardest of questions, and the thing is, I really love the Halo community, and I've always said to people, because I always hear people online and on Twitter saying, oh, the Halo community is so toxic, blah 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 blah, you know, these guys suck, they're so negative all the time, criticise everything, everybody just wants Bungie back. I get where that comes from, but at the same time it's also the people who you surround yourself with. You know, I'm fortunate enough that I've got a really cool set of community friends and people I've known for years now, and we've all grown together with the community. You know, a lot of these guys have become more prominent as the years have gone by just through their work and their passion for the franchise. So I love the passion and the talent in particular. There are some crazy talented people in the Halo community that make me look like a talented piece of. But on the other hand, I think we are extremely pessimistic. There's a lot of like distrust with 343, and I understand where that's predicated, but I think people are still seeing the 343 MCC launch, you know, the Halo 5 launch. 343 is a very different company now, and yes, there are a lot of the same people who are there, but like the lessons they've learned and it's the pressures that come from above them as well that cause the things that have happened. It's not just 343's incompetence or just lack of care for the franchise, because trust me, these people care. I can bet you top dollar that they probably care more than you do, trust me. So yeah, they're very pessimistic, and they are quite negative. I'm not saying there are lots of negative people in the community, but I think it is also entirely who you surround yourself with, because I think that's a really important part of just friends in general as well. You know, I mean, a community is a set of people who are friends, I like to think. So maybe that's a lesson there. If someone's negative in the community and you don't enjoy it, or you don't find any semblance in their opinion, just try and move away from it. It's easy to get sucked into things as well, you know, especially if you're on Twitter or Reddit. It's easy to get sucked into a really negative conversation, and the more positive stuff tends to get drowned out. So if that's not you, just pull yourself away. Trust me, the Halo community is so open. You know, I've made so many friends just from hanging out or just speaking online, just randomly just talking about Halo. So it happens. Okay, so Blaze Cato hashtag ask Fletch, do you think Halo Infinite will be the first of the Halo games to have 3 factions to fight? The factions being the Banished, and the created / Prometheans, and of course the Flood. I need to put this thing down. No, but yes. So there could be 3 factions in Halo Infinite, but it's a but, not them. Well, some of them. So first of all, the Banished, of course, they're confirmed. The Harbinger, now this links into a question. I think that's in the list later on. If not, I'm covering it in a future video. Because I think it's going to actually put to rest a lot of people's questions. But the Harbinger, we don't know who the hell they are. I think there's some sort of splinter group. I think they may be something to do with the Keepers of the One Freedom. But I think also the Keepers of the One Freedom. Is it Keepers of the One Freedom? Are going to be in Halo Infinite. They are working with the Banished in Halo Shadows of Reach. And I'm not through the book yet, and you'll have my full thoughts on it once I've finished, once I've had time. But the thing is, they are working with them. Even though the relationship is very tentative, they're very cautious of each other, but I think it's come out of necessity from what I can establish so far. So I think the Keepers of One Freedom, the Harbinger, and the Banished will be in Halo Infinite. It's hard to say just yet. We don't know who the Harbinger are, but I'm eager to find out, and I'm hoping the Flood. I want the Flood, and I think the thing is with the Flood, and this is going to link into the next question. In fact, we're going to get this damn question up because it links right in to some of my thoughts. So Carlos Lopez, I'm sure I've answered many our questions before. Hashtag ask Fletch, what's your opinion on the teen rating for Halo Infinite? I think the Flood has a big factor to do with that. Now, I'm going to show you something. Apologies if there's banging in the background. It's the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes Day. If you don't know it, Google it. It's a day in the UK. Halo is a franchise where it's changed a lot over the years, but one of the things that's different in the US, I don't fully understand your rating system. So my understanding, I think, is teen is like 12 upwards, and obviously there's less blood in it. You know, in Halo 1 there was an obscene amount of blood. It was, you know, crazy how much blood was in it. But in the UK and I think Europe as well, we have the PEGI system. So as you can see, Halo Anniversary and the original as well is PEGI 16. So you can have quite a lot of blood in PEGI 16. So I actually think it's the US system that's holding things back, because Halo 5 as well is also PEGI 16. So I don't think there's that much differences, and I think it's probably some changes with the US system and the FEAR system that caused this. But what's my opinion on it being a teen rating? I don't know, if I'm quite honest with you. I'm not that bothered, but I do like the blood and I like the Flood, and I think that's probably one of the determining factors. So hopefully the Flood are in it. But I think that would have an impact, because they are quite scary to younger children. At least when I was a kid, I think kids these days are desensitized to stuff like that. They watch zombie films and it's crazy and they're not scared of anything. My nephew, I'm pretty sure he's watched The Walking Dead and he's like cool with it. So yeah. So this next one, I've actually kept one of the replies to the comment because it really made me chuckle. So POONYAP the Grunt. Huh. Do you think the gravity hammer will still be held horizontally in Infinite? Now, that's a funny question, because for those who maybe don't pay attention to these things, in the Bungie games, you held it more upright, like that. Halo 4 and 5, it's a bit more like that. You hold it sort of sideways, and I mean, I guess neither are perfect. There's pros and cons to each. I don't really care. I guess I do. I kind of enjoy it being vertical. I think that's just the sort of the classic fanboy in my head doing that, but I'm not too bothered. I just feel like you can see more of the weapon if it's horizontal, but who knows. Off-topic question, because we like doing these every now and again. We know you're very passionate for Halo. You could say that. But what else do you have a passion for other than video games? I mean, you kind of saw it earlier, but I talked about music last time, but I'm actually a singer-songwriter. Maybe not the best singer in the world. I will show you a snippet of some music I've been working on. It's a bit loose at the minute, but I'm going to work on that when I get a chance.
From Lake Huron
rainier. And I hope you're holding on. 'Cause next year, this year, yeah. To the lake, to the skyline, to the times I knew you'd be mine. That we cried so many nights. From the hills to the stars, like every song was ours. And I just hope that you're out there, So yeah, if you want to know more about that, and I sometimes post music clips on Instagram, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, links down below. Okay, so Majestic, BLASIAN? Why can't you all just have normal names, guys? Come on. What do you think about the yellow/hexagonal honeycomb effect that frequently appears when healing from the Halo Infinite gameplay clip? Do you like it, or is it just distracting in your opinion? I don't think it's distracting. I wouldn't describe it as distracting. I didn't initially think it's distracting, but I think if you get in really heavy combat, it probably will be. I think it's too much, and I understand from like a visual perspective, because visors do tend to have the hexagonal structure look to them. I don't think it's a huge deal, but I would rather live without it. You know, I'd rather have some sort of wipe or something go up the screen, or I just think it's a little bit overkill. And I know they're looking for some sort of visual feedback to show you that your shields are charging, so you don't necessarily have to look at the top bar, particularly for new players. And I feel like there will be a level of accessibility for Halo Infinite that they'll be going for, you know, to make it easy for new players to understand what's going on and see what's happening. But I suspect it's down to that. I can live with it, but I'd rather live without it, is my answer. Feels or furls, milk or orange juice? Okay, so let's be real here. Neither. I can't deal with any of them, right? I would have, if I had no choice, I would go orange juice. But one thing I cannot deal with, and I just hate it when Nick does this when I'm with him. When someone drinks milk just like from a glass, it's like, it just makes it makes me want to vomit so bad. It is nasty. It is nasty. Oh, my eyes are watering. It's just one of the most vile things on this planet. And if any of you ever see me in real life and I see you drinking milk, I can't be within 10 meters of you. I'm sorry, I just cannot physically and emotionally deal with that. Okay, last two questions. POKECHIEFDUDE says, since Through the Trees was so damn good, agreed. Which song, or songs plural, would you like to see in Halo 343's excellent composers recreating Halo Infinite? I would like to see Never Forget. That song is incredible, and actually the midnight version that I think Kazuma Shinauchi did, or Neil Davidge did in Halo 4, was fantastic. That was actually such a good recreation. I really want to hear that again. I kind of associate that with Master Chief and coming to the end of a big journey with Chief. It's a calming and emotional song. It's a reflective song. That's why I think it worked so well in the Halo 3 main menu, is because it was just serene, it was calm. So I'm only going to give that one song, and I think Never Forget. I think that is my top pick. Okay, so Dude Bro, nice easy name, thank you so much. Hashtag Ask Fletch, do you think Warzone will come back better, or will there be another mode sort of similar to Warzone but better and enhanced? The thing is, I liked Warzone at first. Warzone was a pretty cool game type, but the vibe and everything about it quickly changed. I wasn't a big fan, if I'm being truthful. It was too sweaty, it was a grind, and I think the map layouts were too similar, and I think the way the game sort of flowed, it didn't facilitate much variation in maps, and you know, the how games played out were always very similar. Once you kind of knew how to play one map, the next map would be similar, once you knew the little minutiae differences that they all had. For the longest time, I did think Warzone was going to come back, and I made my own video about it, explaining how you could improve it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think they will replace it, and I think with the rec weapons thing, I don't think they're going to go down that route again. It's hard to say, but no, dude, bro, I don't. But if it does come back and they've put a lot of time and thought into it, then albeit, let's have it. So that's it, ladies and gents, all lads and lasses. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate that. It helps out the channel a lot. Any questions, leave them down below with hashtag AskFletch, and I will see you next time on the one and the only Ultimate Halo.
Subscribe now to Ultimate Halo for more unfriggin' believable Halo content.